Hi, I'm Gil Kennedy, President and CEO of Har-Co Credit Union. I have the distinct pleasure today to have Billy Boniface, who is Chief Advisor to Barry Glassman, County Executive of Harford County. Billy, I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to come and talk to us.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Well, very good. Hey, Billy, one of the things that I like to always start these sessions with is an opportunity for our guests to tell us a little bit about themselves. So you would tell our members and the community a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been my family has been in the community for a long time. Bonifaces moved here in the late 1920s. My great-grandfather, Fritz Boniface, was a horse trainer in England, and he took the job of working for Mrs. Hyde, where the college is today.
Wow.
My grandfather actually grew up in the Hayes Hyde house.
Huh.
And so during the late 20s, 30s, early 40s, he managed the farm. It was, in that time, it was one of the biggest thoroughbred breeding operations in the country.
Wow.
And so we kind of established roots here in the county at that time, and we have a large thoroughbred training and breeding facility up in Darlington.
Really? Wow.
And I guess our biggest claim to fame is we won the Preakness with a homebred back in 1983.
Incredible.
A horse by the name of Deputed Testimony. He was a true and blue Harford County raised and lived here his entire life, had a good stud career, and passed away in 2012. He really put us on the national spotlight and helped us to really acquire several more clients and grow our business. We finished second with a horse by the name of Oliver's Twist in 1995.
Huh.
He was owned in partnership. He was also homebred with Charlie Oliver, who's well known in the Aberdeen community, insurance broker, big contributor to the community, and so we've had some fun in the game, and and on my grandmother's side, been here a long time. The Andersons, probably my great grandfather ran the stagecoach from here out to Edgewood.
Oh my goodness.
And his son ran the shoe store where the Getz building is now. And his son was the treasurer and one of the founders of Harford Mutual, an insurance company. So we've been here a little while.
Absolutely.
But in my role now, back in 2006, I was elected to the county council as president, served 2 terms, and it was a part-time position, so I was still working on the farm. I'm very good friends with the county executive, and when he was elected county executive in 2014, he asked me to come on and be his director of administration. He said he needed somebody that he could trust, and so I jumped at it. We're always changing ourselves, so I took the opportunity. I stepped back from the farm operation. I'm still part of the family and help where I'm needed, but my full-time job right now is working with the county executive.
Wow. Sounds like every hour, every day is probably filled with either your family business or the county business. My goodness. But we appreciate all the effort that you bring forth, not only for the county, but also for what you mean to our Harford County community. So speaking of, and I wanted to talk about the Mom and Pop Trail, but also, since you mentioned your chief advisory role to County Executive Barry Glassman, these were interesting times since March, and the world began to change. And I've been extremely impressed with how this county has balanced the health issues as well as the economic issues. And if you could speak just a little bit about that and give our members in the community. That had to be really trying times and a very, very delicate balance to keep all all those aspects moving forward.
Yeah, I've always spent a considerable amount of time with Barry Glassman, but since about March the 15th, my wife will tell you I've spent more time with him than I have with her. But right from day one, we we went to work with his directive was, listen, we're going to take care of our employees, but we're going to stay open because people rely on the services that we provide. From our social services to our permitting for business, so we are going to stay open, Billy. So we were fortunate. We had already started going down a road of using technology to operate a lot more. We had made considerable advancements in that area from the time we came in 2014. So we were ready to do a lot more of the stuff online. We weren't ready to do it so quickly. So
right.
It was, we got thrown right into it. It went very well. We had employees teleworking that could. We rotated our other crews in that weren't part of the teleworking, and but at the same time, we made sure if you needed a permit, you got it. Mm-hmm. If you needed plans reviewed, it was taken care of. And, you needed our social services of our community services division. You were going to get those services. Mm-hmm. So I think we've done a good job in that balance. Mm-hmm. And right now we have our employees coming in a couple days a week, mm-hmm. and a combination of that and teleworking where we can. Knock on wood, we've seen few incidents of COVID in our workforce. Mm-hmm. We have close to 1,000 employees, mm-hmm. and combined the 600 and some in the sheriff's office. It's a large workforce, and we've been very fortunate. And so what we're doing is working. So we're gradually, though, getting back to a normal operation. Now we'll see when people go back indoors, right. and flu season, right. comes about, then we'll see how we need to deal with that. But we have several contingency plans in place.
Well, so it's a delicate balance, I can only imagine, on how you operate, yeah. How you communicate, how you allow businesses to open, and also control the health aspects associated with COVID-19. So congratulations, and I've been extremely impressed with our county's ability to be able to manage through it, which you obviously are a critical part of that. So thank you. I'm an avid runner, and I've lived in Harford County since 1988. And when the Mom and Pa Trail opened up, I was extremely excited. In fact, It was runnable from my house, and I would run the trail and I'd run back home. And then we're here at the Forest Hill segment of the Mom and Pa Trail. And I guess the other segment's known as the Fallston Trail. Is that, I've read that in
Edgeley Grove.
Okay.
That's the connection from Bel Air out to Edgeley Grove Farm.
Okay.
Where the Annie's Playground is.
Okay. And so when that was extended, it was, I would run that as well. So now we're talking about opening up the gap between this segment of the trail and that other segment of the trail. And I wanted to, and I'm extremely thankful for you allowing me to interview you about that, because again, I see personal benefit from it. And as I look around, driving around the community, I see more and more people running. So I'm sure there's a level of excitement as it relates to what that will mean to our community, and exercising and getting outside.
Yeah, well, both the county executive and I are avid runners too. We compete in many of the 5Ks, uh-huh. and the half marathon that we have here in the county. So we're excited about the Mont Paul Trail also. It's quite a jewel since it was first constructed around 2000, the Bel Air segment, and then right behind that, the segment we're at now, from Friends Park out to Edgeley Grove, not mm-hmm. Edgeley Grove, Blake's Venture, mm-hmm. In Hickory. But there is, and then the third segment was connecting the Bel Air piece out to Fallston, out to Edgeley Grove Farm. Mm-hmm. So that was done about 2010. And then, the missing piece was always connecting those.
Right.
So in order to get those connected, there were several easements that need to be acquired along the
I
way.
see.
And over the years, those easements were acquired. There was one missing piece, and that was where former past Senator Bob Hooper,
Right.
his business had, and he had never wanted to, give that up to allow the Paul Trail connection to take place. So, with previous administrations, when Barry and I were elected, we were fortunate we were good friends with the Hooper family, and we were able to approach his daughter Cindy and come to an agreement that they supported us in acquiring an easement. So that was the missing piece to the puzzle. We are currently in the procurement process for awarding out we have broken it really into 3 segments, that connection. We did segment 1, which was from William Street out to 924, where Independent is.
Yes.
We completed that. Segment 2 is from that location out to North Avenue.
Okay.
And North Avenue will have a parking lot. And then segment 3 is from there all the way up to Hickory.
Mm-hmm.
So we are about to begin segment 2. It's in the procurement process, and construction should start this winter. Should take about a year. And we're excited to get rolling. The permitting process has been a nightmare. And especially we're behind schedule because COVID had really slowed the state down.
Sure.
It's been very difficult keeping things on schedule, but we've been very consistent. So we're getting that segment started. And then we hope to get segment 3 started, which is the most difficult piece because it'll be a lot of bridges, similar to what you see by Andy's Playground
Right.
over there, along the detention center and up through that lower part. That will start sometime next year.
Uh-huh.
And I have promised the county executive we'll complete it by the time he ends his term in office, because we hope to run a half marathon or a 10K on it.
Yeah.
He has a race every year he runs for Harford Charities,
Mm-hmm.
the BG 5K we call it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have to, in 22 we hope to do a BG 10K or a BG half. The trail will be about a little over 7 miles
Okay.
when it's all completed.
Uh-huh.
So that lends itself very well to one of those.
Yeah.
So-
You could run a half marathon down
Yeah.
and back, right?
Yeah, no. So we're really excited about it. It's the most used park that Harford County has, even though it's a linear park.
Right.
It's used by more people than any of our other facilities. And but in addition to that, it's a huge economic development
Sure.
plug for us. And there are so many spurs that have developed off of it to business areas, to residents. So it's really going to be the backbone in the county that really connects everybody. And it's going to be great to come from here all the way to Boston.
Right. Right.
And not have to worry about being on the road. So-
Absolutely. I mean, the Leary Dendron is connected.
Oh
Got
yeah,
that
it's a
big parking
spur
lot
off
there,
of it, and so we're really excited about it. It's one project that he's asked me to keep pushing along, and
Mhm.
so really watching over it. But I'm hoping to get it completed in time.
So we're looking at about what
and
time?
the
frame?
22 we should be completed,
Okay.
and but like I said, that segment 2, which will add about a mile and a half from Bel Air out to North Avenue, should be completed by the end of
Mhm.
next year.
Will that be able to be opened at a particular point,
Yeah.
or is the whole?
No, we will open that segment up, and then because we'll have a parking lot there. at the end of
Okay.
North Avenue. So that piece will be opened up before the other one.
Right.
So it's some challenging, times. We've used a combination of federal dollars. It's a transportation alternatives
Mhm.
program,
Mhm.
TAP funding we call it, and it's administered by the state, which makes the permitting process more cumbersome and has made it longer of a process. But between that POS money, program open space money, and then what the county has kicked in, it's about a 50-50 partnership
Right.
on the
Right.
funding. So we've been creative with that. but segment 1, 2, and 3 will cost over $10 million when it's completed.
Wow.
So,
Well, I can tell you, having ran the trail many times, particularly during this period, it's I'm sure people in the community will all agree with me that it has been a valuable resource, particularly since a lot of gyms were closed, and a nice way to get outside and run and get exercise and really clear your mind as it relates to, the mental side of dealing with this period that we've all been in. So, I always like to end these segments with the opportunity to allow my guests to share a perspective or a thought as it relates to the time that we're in. So, if you would mind sharing a perspective or a thought.
well, since we are in these challenging times with COVID, let's face it, 2020 has been very unique and very challenging. In my role as a community leader, I have been so impressed with how the community has come together. There's a lot of disconnect elsewhere in the country, in the state, but here in Harford County, people have been able to respect one another and reach out and help one another. Many of the foundations, the charity groups that do so much for this county have been struggling and raising funds and so forth, and people have been very appreciative of their services and have stepped up to the plate and contributed to these. I'm just really proud to be a Harford County resident, and this is a great place to live, and we will get through this. It will pass like every other challenge, and we'll come out better on the other end.
Absolutely. I interviewed Senator Robert Casserly, and he shared the same thing, the same thoughts. And I think this is, we're in a special place.
Yeah.
And everyone is extremely respectful to one another, courteous and thoughtful about, what this actually means. And, I think the term community, common unity, means that we all come together. And, although I've lived in Harford County for a few decades, not quite as long as your family has, but it's always been special to me and a nice place to live. So I wanted to thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule, and thank you for what you mean to the community and all the hard work that you put into the community to make lives better for all of us.
Thank you, and I look forward to you racing in that race with you.
Actually, that's a challenge. Yeah, I will. You got me. In fact, I'll begin training for it now. I want to thank my members and the community at large for watching our videos. I often remind everyone, please like and share these videos on Facebook and the other social media mediums. Thank you.